Okay. As a preliminary matter, this is Chantal Bliss Murphy, Director of Culture and Tourism, serving as supporting staff to the Nantucket Cultural Council. Please permit me to confirm that all members and persons anticipated on the agenda are present and can hear me. Members, when I call your name, please respond in the affirmative. Tony Wagner.
Here.
Barbara Tibbetts.
Here.
Bethany Oliver.
Here.
And Sarah Ellis.
Here.
Staff, when I call your name, please respond in the affirmative. Dina Weatherly.
Here.
Chantal Bliss Murphy is also here. I'll give you guys a little bit of tidbit about Dina in a second and allow her to introduce herself. And we have no anticipated speakers on the agenda. So again, good afternoon. This is the open meeting of the Nantucket Cultural Council. It is being conducted remotely pursuant to Chapter 2. Oh, and pardon me, Jack just popped up in the waiting room. Hi, Jack, you are right on time. I just want to confirm that you can hear us.
Hi, guys. Sorry, technical issues.
No problem. Welcome, welcome. I'm just going through the meeting script right now, so you're right on time. So again, good afternoon. This open meeting of the Nantucket Cultural Council is being conducted remotely pursuant to Chapter 2 of the Acts of 2023. Ensuring public access does not ensure public participation unless such participation is required by law. This meeting will feature public comment, though I do not see any members of the public present. For this meeting of the Nantucket Cultural Council, we are convening by video conference via Zoom app, as posted on the town's website, identifying how the public may join. Please note that this meeting is being recorded and that all attendees are participating by video conference. Accordingly, please be aware that other folks may be able to see you and to take care not to screen share your computer. Anything that you broadcast may be captured by the recording. All supporting materials that have been provided by provided members of this body are available on the town's website unless otherwise noted. The public is encouraged to follow along using the posted agenda unless I note otherwise. We are now turning to the first item on the agenda. Before we do so, permit me to cover some ground rules for effective and clear conduct of our business and to ensure accurate meeting minutes. I will introduce each speaker on the agenda, which again, we have none. After they conclude their remarks, the chair will go down the line of members, inviting each by name to provide any comment, questions, or motions. Please hold until your name is called. Further, please remember to mute your phone or computer when you are not speaking. Please remember to speak clearly and in a way that helps generate accurate minutes. For any response, please wait until the chair yields the floor to you and state your name before speaking. If members wish to engage in a conversation with other members, please do so through the chair, taking care to identify yourself. For items with public comment, so after members have spoken, the chair will afford public comment to those members of the public that have joined the meeting via Zoom. Members of the public who wish to speak must state their names and be acknowledged by and speak through the chair. Finally, each vote will be taken in the meeting via roll call. And I'm going to ask for a motion to amend the posted agenda, removing item 3, the executive session, as that item is no longer needed. If I can have a motion for that.
I motion for that, Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah. If I can have a second.
Second.
Thank you, Jack. And we'll just do a roll call vote for that. Tony Wagner.
Yes.
Barbara Tibbetts.
Yes.
Sarah Ellis.
Yes.
Jack Bolger.
Yes.
And Bethany Oliver.
Yes.
Thank you. So I'm going to introduce you all to Dina Weatherly, who, like I mentioned in the last meeting, is going to be the new Cultural Council liaison. Dina, if you want to just share a few, a little bit of information about yourself to the council members. Okay.
I am Dina. It is pronounced Dina, not Deanna, and I'm strict about that, so please be mindful. I'm originally from Nantucket as well, so happy to be back on island working in this position. I went to college for art history, so very familiar with the arts and culture field. Happy to be starting in this role as the cultural affairs and special events coordinator for the town. So that means I will be working with you guys. So nice to meet everyone. The other part of my job includes doing permitting for special events and coordinating other permitting for those same special events. So you might see my name in some newsletters coming up soon as I work with other departments to get us going. Nice to meet you guys.
Welcome back home.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us.
Awesome. Thank you for that, Dina. So the next thing on the agenda is to vote on council positions. And I recognize that we have two council members that are absent, but we have been functioning for some time now without updated positions since Emma moved on, who was our co-chair. Ava did share that she's not interested in chairing or co-chairing anymore. She just wants to be a council member. So now it is up to you all to decide what you're doing. So if any of you are interested in chairing or co-chairing, just a reminder, a lot of that is just signing the reports that we do at the end of each grant cycle and leading this meeting. We will check in once a month on what you would like to be posted on the agenda, and then our office will post it. So we do a lot of the back end work. Really, it's just signing off on the funds that we agreed, or you all, because I'm not on the council, that you all agreed to award folks. So it's really not a heavy lift. We need a chair position, we need a secretary, and a treasurer. And I did share those job descriptions with you all. If you would like to self-nominate, or if someone wants to nominate someone else. we'll
Are
take
they
it.
in the, did you put them in the agenda for today? What they are?
So we shared it with you in the document that I put together back in May, and then we sent it again in September, and it was in the last pack. It's not in this packet, it was in the
Okay,
one before.
the last one,
I don't
okay.
know the second part.
Yeah, I was a family issue, so I was indisposed for about 6 weeks.
Yeah,
So I'm just catching up, sorry.
no, welcome back.
I'll nominate myself to be treasurer.
Thank you, Bethany. Can we have a second for Bethany's nomination?
Second,
And then a roll call vote. Tony Wagner,
Yes. I'm trying to get my mute on off. Yes.
Barbara Tibbet,
yes, and thank you, Bethany.
Sarah Ellis,
Yes.
and Jack Bulger.
Yes.
And sorry, Bethany, you can't vote on yourself, but thank you very much.
You'll
Awesome.
connect
So-
me with whatever I need to know.
Yes, definitely. When we do the report, which isn't due till August, but when we do that report, I'll just email it to you for your signature.
Okay.
Thank you. And then we just need a secretary. And as you know, as secretary, you don't actually do anything because our office, we do the minutes and the agenda. It's just in title alone.
So then
Wait.
what does the secretary do? I'm sorry, I can't
Technically,
find that document.
So technically, the secretary is supposed to take, is supposed to be the one posting the agenda through Maureen in the town admin office, and also taking minutes. And we do that for you guys. So between Dina and I, someone will always be here to do it.
So the secretary just says I'm the secretary, but doesn't have to take notes? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Exactly.
And I could do that.
All right.
I'm
Thank
just
you.
not a very good note taker, and I don't give me money to handle. So so those two definitely wouldn't work, but all right.
Oh, thank you, Barbara.
I'll
Okay.
nominate Barbara.
Thank you, Sarah. Can we have a second for Barbara's nomination?
I'll second that.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Thank you. And then we'll do a roll call. Tony Wagner,
Yes.
Sarah Ellis,
Yes.
Jack Bulger,
Yes.
and Bethany Oliver.
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Barbara. So now it's down to the three of you who would like to be chair.
If someone would like to co-chair, I would be happy to co-chair.
Thank
Sure, I
you.
can do that
Sarah.
with you. Then I'm happy to do that with you. I just can't commit to doing the only one. So that works.
Awesome. Thank you both. So if we could have Tony, do you want to nominate Sarah as co-chair?
I would love to nominate Sarah as co-chair.
Awesome. And if I could have a second from someone?
Second,
Second,
Thank you, Bethany. All right, we'll do a vote. Barbara Tibbetts,
yes.
Bethany Oliver,
yes.
Jack Bolger,
Yes.
and Tony.
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you, Sarah, our new co-chair. And then if I could have a nomination for Tony for a co-chair as well.
I would
be-
love to nominate Tony for co-chair.
Awesome. Thank you, Bethany. And if I could have a second.
I will second
Second.
that.
Awesome. Thanks, Sarah. All right. So again, going around, Barbara Tibbetts
Yes.
and Sarah Ellis,
Yes.
Jack Bolger,
Yes.
and Bethany Oliver.
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you. Congratulations to all of our new officers. Yay. Thank you guys so much. We'll move through to the approval of the November 18th, 2024 minutes. If we could have a motion to approve that, please.
Motion to approve.
Thank you, Barbara. Second.
May I? Oh, sorry.
Whoops.
May I ask a question? Perhaps this has already been addressed, but the chart that was just sent to us today, I believe it's incorrect, and I didn't know if we were approving that as part of the minutes or if that's a totally separate situation.
Which chart?
The chart that shows the allocation of funds, that the one that was received today is an attach, just like part of the posting, I believe is incorrect, but maybe I'm incorrect.
No. So it is a part of the minutes. If it was included in the minutes, however, you guys will be voting on the grant recipients and the amounts.
Okay.
So we can definitely address it now. What was the discrepancy?
You know what? I'm sorry. I don't believe it was part of the minutes. I believe it was on the actual posting for today. The email that we received today, there's the posting, and then there was a like a little chart in green, and
Okay.
and the minutes I think are correct. So excuse me.
Okay.
Sorry. I
Okay. All
confused
right.
myself.
So we'll
I confused
no worries.
myself. Just
no. Thanks. If there's a mistake, thank you for catching that. We'll address it. It's number 7 on the list, so we can take it up when we get to that. So if the minutes are okay as is, I'm sorry. Remind me again who made the motion to approve.
I did.
Barbara, thank you. And then the second.
second.
Thank you, Sarah. And then we'll do roll call. Tony Wagner,
Yes.
Barbara Tibbetts,
Yes.
Sarah Ellis,
Sorry. Yes.
thank you, Sarah, Jack Bolger,
Yes.
and Bethany Oliver.
Yes.
Thank you. So those minutes are approved. And we have no members of the public here, but we'll open for public comment. And we'll close for public comment. Moving on. All right. So the grants for FY25. Bear with me while I pull that up. Oh my goodness, that is so tiny. I'm too blind for that. Okay. What was the discrepancy that you saw, Sarah?
I'm sorry. I'm having a hard time with my mute. Just at the bottom of the email that was sent, before you get to the attachments of the minutes and such, there was I think it said that we were giving $600 to the tie dyeing at I think it was for the Island Fair. Let me look at it. Excuse me.
Oh,
Hmm.
yeah, it does. Yeah, sorry about that.
And it
Thank you for
actually,
catching that.
and in our minutes, I think it actually went to, we gave 600 to 2 entities. And one of them was the Boys and Girls Club. I think the other one was,
NCTV.
I can't remember, but we had it correct in the minutes. It was
Mhm.
maybe
Yeah, I
the,
think it's the NCTV thing.
was it?
Mhm.
Okay, I knew it was
Yeah, so
community. I just
I
couldn't
think
remember.
it just needs to be swapped, those 2
Okay.
lines.
Yeah.
The one right above it.
Thank you for catching that. Okay. So give me 2 seconds. Because I have a PDF. So let me just pull up the actual one. I'm going to update it and then I'll read them off to you. Yeah. Okay, thank you for that. So I will read what you've all decided on awarding. So 500 to the Artists Association of Nantucket for Senior Citizen Art Class and Exhibition. $500 to the Bulgarian Education Center for Bulgarian School Holiday Show performance. 500 to the Linda Loring Nature Foundation Trailside Story Walk. 600 to the Nantucket Boys and Girls Club Family Fun Night. 500 to the Nantucket Comedy Festival for Stand Up and Learn Education Program. 600 to Nantucket Community Television for Fables. 500 to the Nantucket Island Fair for tie-dye and pumpkin painting at the Nantucket Island Fair. 500 to Small Friends on Nantucket for Nan Puppets shows for Small Friends. 500 to the Nantucket Book Foundation for Visiting Author Program. And 500 to the Nantucket Mariah Mitchell Association for Visiting Scientist Harbor Monitoring Project Data Analysis. And I left out NCMC just because we'll vote on that separately because of Tony's conflict. So if we could have a motion to approve those grants as read.
Motion to approve.
Second,
Thank you, Barbara. Thank you, Sarah. And then we'll do a roll call. Tony Wagner,
Yes.
Barbara Tibbetts,
Yes.
Sarah Ellis,
yes.
Walter,
Yes.
and Bethany Oliver.
Yes.
Thank you. And then we'll do 500 to the Nantucket Community Music Center for Early Childhood Music and Movement. If I could have a motion for that one.
Motion to approve.
Second,
Thank you, Bethany. Thank you, Sarah. Roll call vote. Barbara Tibbetts,
Yes. Silly mute button.
thank you. That's okay. Thank you. Jack Bolger,
Yes.
Sarah Ellis,
yes.
and Bethany Oliver.
Yes.
And we'll let the minutes show that Tony abstained from that vote. Wonderful. So we, let's see, you were all able to award $5,700 this year. That was what was allotted to you by the Cultural Council. You did receive $34,255 in grant requests for this year. Fingers crossed. With all those increased requests, Cultural Council will look favorably on you all and increase your funding going forward. There's definitely a need for it. And then, so the next item on the agenda is a follow-up discussion on adding more members to the council. So I was able to meet with Anne from the library, and she's very much interested in being a part of the council. The only thing is that you guys are now officially maxed at your 7. Well, sort of. You have 7 seats. You're at 6 at present. Ava technically isn't on the council because she hasn't turned in her papers yet. She did share that she does want to be on the council. So if Ava decides to stay on and submit that paperwork, we no longer have a seat for Anne. And it seemed you were all very much interested in adding more members last time we spoke. So we would just have to take a formal vote that I would then present to town admin for select board approval. And you'd also have to decide on how many more you want to add.
Yeah. I
Massachusetts
think the
Cultural
issue is right, getting quorums every time, right? There's just everyone's life is so busy. So adding
Yeah.
1 or 2 more kind of sounds like it's necessary almost.
Mhm,
My thought,
definitely.
anyway.
You can have Mass Cultural Council guidelines, so you can have up to 26. That's a lot. That's a lot of people. However, just so you all know how far you can go with it. Yeah. Quorum, we've definitely had quorum issues in the past for these meetings.
You
I'm
have to
looking
have
at the-
five for a quorum, right?
Yeah,
Right now we're probably 4 if there's 7 of us, right? Or
yeah,
is
they're there are 4, sorry. You need to have at least
Yeah.
4 people.
4, okay.
I'm looking at it now too, and just the website, and there's 3 of us whose term are expiring this year, right?
Mhm.
So that's in June, I think.
Yeah.
So I think rather than adding somebody now, it might make sense to put somebody on deck to come in case not everybody wants to come back. I don't know if that makes sense. Good. With Ava, so yeah.
Any other thoughts on that? So Tony, is it your suggestion to not add more people, but wait until the terms are up and then recruit?
I'm kind of thinking that because we do have an issue with, we've canceled at least 2 meetings, I guess. Maybe there's only one for a quorum. And so that's my only hesitation. I would love to have many people, unless we did, like, we could expand the committee, but then have some kind of subcommittee that does stuff we really need a quorum for, like the grant stuff or something. But that gets complicated real fast.
Yeah.
But isn't the reason to add people so we can have a quorum?
Well, yes and no. So
Okay.
if we added a person, then we need 5 people to meet the quorum. Right now, we only need
Oh,
4.
okay,
Right. So,
It's
so
a
every one person we
percentage.
add, yeah,
got
I
it.
think
every one
it's-
person we add makes it bigger.
Okay,
Yeah,
then I
it's
agree
like a
with, then I agree with Tony. To wait, just have some people that we talk about doing it in June, I guess.
So what's the process when a term expires? Like if somebody wants to stay on, like how does that work?
So you can serve 2 terms are 3 years, so you can serve for 6 years, 2 3-year terms. And then
Okay.
after that, you have to step off for a year. And then if you want to, you can come back for another 6 years.
Mhm.
And you just submit there's the same form you did, the committee interest form that you did when you first joined. You submit that to town admin. It goes to select board. They then vote to reappoint you, and then you would just go sign the paper, and that's that. And you can do all of that via email as well. You don't have to actually show up to
Thanks.
I think that was Bethany committing to another term. That's what I heard.
Okay, so if the general consensus is to just leave it as is, then we'll leave it as is. And then we'll, maybe in May, we'll start having I'll start reaching out to you all about, or Dina, sorry, Dina. Dina will reach out to you all about who's interested in coming back on, who can re-up, and who's interested in sticking around. And if not, we'll go back. And I'll reach out to Anne and just explain to her that it would be June of next year. And then I'll firm up with Ava if she actually wants to come back. So moving on to other business. Do you guys have anything else you want to talk about?
Do you have anything you want to talk about, Shanta?
No. So I already went in and queued up the contracts to go out to the award letters to go out to folks. That has to go out by the 16th. So after this meeting, I'm just going to go hit send, and that's that. And then Dina and I will start working with finance on getting the contracts out to folks and collecting all the necessary documents to get the checks issued. Because we already received the funds from Mass Cultural Council, so that's
Right.
huge. And it's already gone to select board for acceptance, so we're ready to go. Yeah, if there's nothing else, our next meeting is February 10th at 4 p.m. We will get these minutes typed up and sent over to you all, and send over an agenda. If you have any agenda items, our new co-chairs, please feel free to send them along to us. If any of you have anything you'd like to discuss, any ideas that you'd like to put forward for the council, that would be great. We can definitely have a conversation about it at the next meeting. And if there's nothing else, we'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Thank you, Sarah.
Second,
Thank you, Barbara. And again, roll call. Tony,
Yes.
Barbara,
here.
Sarah,
Yes.
Jack,
Yes.
and Bethany.
Yes.
Awesome. Have a lovely afternoon. You get back 27 minutes of your day.
And thank you to
Thanks, everybody.
Dina.
Bye,
Thank
everybody.
you, Nanta.
Bye.